Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is the Talk to Shiba. Today is Sunday, February 21st, 2021. And I was busy yesterday, and I'm a little bit sore on my hips because I was doing a lot of cleaning work. A lot of cleaning up and organizing, getting boxes broken down and put into the recycling bin, all that sort of stuff. To make the place slightly looking better. I say slightly looking better because there's an ungodly amount of boxes still that are full of stuff that we don't really have a place to put the stuff at this point in time, nor the space or funds to get the things to put the stuff in. So that's great. Hi, Ollie. My Ollie has joined me. How's the pretty boy? He's a pretty boy. Yes, he is. He's my baby. He's my pretty baby. Yes. How's my boy? How's my kitten? Big Stretch. Yes, Big Stretch. How's that boy? He's a pretty boy. He can go on the lap. He can go on the lap for now. So yeah, I was pretty I was occupied for a good while yesterday while I did all these things. Please don't stand on my keyboard. And we had a poll going until this morning for what I should stream next, quote unquote stream next. Ollie, no. No. Don't attack my light. Thanks. Please don't. Please don't, Mr. Ollie. I had a poll, and as it turns out, we had a tie when I got up this morning for the poll for what should be streamed in the afternoons starting this afternoon, and yeah, so it was a tie between Stardew Valley and Subnautica, meaning that because it was a tie at 32% each, that we're going to be doing both together on alternating days. On hi, what you doing? Are you gonna climb? Yeah, you haven't. Oh. How's the green screen? How's the green screen, Ollie? What do you think? What you thinking? What do you want? You like it up there? There's no light for you to get right now. What you doing? I don't think you're gonna be able to climb that. You're not gonna be able to stand on that. It's just a bar that's about that big round. Or smaller. What you thinking? You gonna come down? At the bar? At the bar? You gonna unhook? You gonna unhook? Unhook. There we go. That's the baby. That's the baby. So, thank you, Ollie, for the distractions. So we're going to play Stardew Valley in the afternoons on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and we're going to play Subnautica on the afternoons on Monday and Wednesday. Of course, I don't stream Friday afternoons. Of course, right now, we have Factorio and the Megabase playthrough. At least until, about 1 o'clock U.S. Eastern Time, as is our normal schedule. I will take the rest, the remainder of that hour to eat and prepare for the beginning of our Stardew Valley series that's going to start up at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. And by the way, Subnautica is a game that I do think we're going to complete a lot faster than Stardew Valley, so once that is completed, we're doing it twice per week as opposed to 3 times per week of Stardew, but once it is completed, we're going to do Stardew Valley in every day after that. So I did a few things on this map. Just a few things. You may remember that when we last met, I was working on making blueprints for my rail network, and we came up with this little multi-circle intersection thing. It could use a little bit more adjustment on the exact placement of the signals to make it more symmetrical, right, like fully symmetrical on all four angles, but bleh, bleh. I don't really feel like doing that. Not at the moment, anyway. The blueprint book is currently shared on my Discord server. The link to my Discord server is below this video in the description. And it is public Discord. Anyone can come in and go to my string sharing channel and get my blueprint books that I use for these. This is going to be my train station setup. Remember that for this, we are using 2 8 trains, which are 10 segments long, and the idea here is that I wanted a train station that was capable of having an infinitely large waiting location, which this is the waiting spot. Now, you can do whatever you want with this waiting spot, really. It could go up, it could go out, it could do whatever you want. It's sort of just this little tumor on the main line coming in for allowing trains to come and wait if we need that many. Down here, we have the primary setup for the actual stations. This scales downward, going down and going back up again. And this is the supply station yard where the trains will sit with Train Supply Manager as they wait for requests to happen. Now, I have set up additional parts to this blueprint where we have a input. So this right here, this is an input that's on this line for solids. This is an input for fluids. This is the requester station for solids and the supply for solids, and then there should be the requester for fluids as well. And then this is the full setup base, the full base setup to paste down wherever. Of course, I don't really have a mirrored version of this because that would take a while to properly set up with the signals and such. But yeah, and we shouldn't put it here. We shouldn't put another station here. A, because we're expanding north-south on the station, and B, because that's a couple, those intersections are too close. It would be more up here for the next one. Now, you may notice that this is a huge train station. It has 854 segments of rail for the baseline. That includes the intersection as well. But this is going to live here. Now, this is not going to be one of these. Also, I have sneakily added production of stack inserters. So we are now making stack inserters, automating the stack inserters. Very, very sneakily I have done that, and I have very sneakily made a vehicle. What is the purpose of building in this spot where there just so happens to be crude oil here? And thus, we get into how are we going to do our setups across the base. Kitten's making noises behind me. Ollie? Where is he? Ali? Noises? Oh. Ali. He's on a box that we keep our paper towels in. The unopened and open packages of the extra paper towels. I hope he's not reaching in and clawing them. That's my only concern, because kittens may have reached in and clawed them on occasion. Have been cats. Okay. The question we need to answer is, do we want to load crude oil onto a train station and process it somewhere else? What this would allow is for me to tap into a lot of crude oil at different locations and ship it to one location that is processing that crude oil, ideally a location that can expand with time. The problem with that concept, though, is that you need a lot of space to expand with time, and the way in which I build may end up such that we might need another location at some point. So, in reality, I think it's going to be better for us if we just process what we get where we get it, and do that processing for however much we end up needing of the stuffs. Meaning, we're going to be loading a lot of things here. We are actually going to be loading solids, because we're going to be loading rocket fuel here. Oh yeah, we're going to be loading rocket fuel here. And I'm going to change these over to stack inserters and such to load into this. Now, I am using the bulk rail loaders. Yes, this is 2 fewer inserters that could load in solids, and another set of 6 here. And something just, like, refreshed on me. Weird. Something just happened. Something happened. Am I still actually, like, with internet? Just going to check that, yes, we do, in fact, still have an internet here. Okay. As I was saying, this just stack inserters, right, to get into a normal station. These... that's 48 times 6. 48 times 6. Of course, you could double it on the other side to get 576 total stacks of an item times the number of cargo wagons, but still. That's actually more. That is more than 320. If on both sides. If on one side, that would be 288, which would be less than the 320 in here. The thing about these is that these are really fast. These are really fast on how they load. Are they faster than 6 or 12 stack inserters, though? I don't know. I don't know. If we had loaders, these are the no-brainer. You can just use these, but we don't have those. I'm thinking I just don't use bulk rail loaders. If we don't have loaders, it may not actually be worthwhile I mean, the buffer's the buffer, but what this does do on the unloading in particular is that it makes it a lot easier to connect all of the wires, because you just have to wire up each one of the things in line to the circuit system on the requester in Train Supply Manager. So it does make that part a bit easier, because if doing it with these guys just in reverse, loading into boxes and outputting from boxes, if you have this type of setup, you would need to have wire in connecting each one of these. So 6 times 8 red wires, right? And I don't think I want to deal with that extra red wire usage, so we're going to keep it like this and use these. In the end, just note that it would be easier, slash, it would be a higher throughput system overall, I'm pretty sure, if we didn't actually use these and we used 12 stack inserters on each side, rather than the 8 going into the smaller buffer. Because I don't know how fast exactly the bulk rail loader is actually loading into the wagon in the end. It's just it's an interesting concept, and I've tended to use these, but I never actually gave it any thought. At high throughput, would it actually be better to just use the inserters? Of course, loaders are significantly faster, and these do get limited. So if you have loaders, no brainer, always use this, because you can use the loaders on this and then it'll load into the train station with the super fast inserter that is the bulk rail loader, without having any performance penalties of trying to use a loader on a train wagon. But oh, we are not finished here yet, because we have to input a few things. I want to keep spacing. Yeah, I want to maintain spacing to allow more potential throughput of the belts on the one above primarily, but do I want to add enough spacing to add another set of tanks on the opposite side of this? No, because all I could really do is add one extra set of pumps on the other side of this to maximize it, because a fluid wagon only allows 3 pumps to be connected to a single fluid wagon. So I think this will be my spacing here. And if I just copy that and do that type of a layout, we should be good. And then, of course, paste it down. Ah, right, I need to think about all of the power and such. I do need that line. Thank you, bots, for placing all of those things. I'll need a lot more storage tanks. You don't have the signal. Interesting. Ah, right. This, I need one. Or I should put one of those on each one of those. This will come over here. It'll go up to there. This is just a regular train station. For this, we're going to be doing stuff with our oil. Now, we're not going to be processing our oil products here. into anything other than oil products outside of the rocket fuel. We are going to make the rocket fuel here because that's just solid fuel and light oil, ultimately, to make it. We don't have to do anything else. And we're going to do the lubricant here, of course. We're not even going to load heavy oil into our system. We're just going to offload lubricant rather than heavy oil, because heavy oil has no purpose besides making lubricant in the grand scheme of things. The only thing it does is make lube. That's it. Like, why does this even need to exist as a step? I don't even know. Like, it's just one of those things. You're not going to be making solid fuel out of heavy oil. You're going to crack it to light oil, and you're going to crack whatever excess light oil you have into petroleum gas. That's what you're going to do, and you're never going to have a situation where you need more heavy oil. Because the way the game has been balanced with making the science packs, never have I ever needed to do coal liquefaction. Never, ever has that been part of my calculus. Now, I do understand that for megabases, for some people, they do prefer doing coal liquefaction to reduce the amount of cracking overall by prioritizing the heavy oil into lubricant from the primary heavy oil lubricant stuff. But I don't see it. I don't think we'll do that for this playthrough if I don't have to. Anyway, we need even more of this, and I need to connect. Just get that place so I can delete these. Ooh, am I even going to be able to do what I want to do? Because I need a thing on this line. Right there. Looks like just barely. And right there. One of these is petroleum, one of these is light oil, one of these is lube, and then the top, of course, is rocket fuel. And then I need to make a fueling station as well, which will be very similarly designed. It doesn't really need to be quite as long because it doesn't need the output thing here, so it can be shortened by this much. Ultimately, this would shift over to be more in line with this guy, and that should be a rough alignment, stacked on top of each other and brought in to be shorter, and that would be the fueling station, which we could also design here today, and will design here today. And add to my little station blueprint books, which I will, of course, add to my Discord, share it, add it to the Discord after the stream today. Sound good? I hope that sounds decent enough. Why so many storage tanks? Because they only hold 25k a piece, and I like big buffers. I like big buffers. Okay? I like big buffers, the biggest of buffers. Oh. Just barely the space. Speaking of big, this is so big that, yeah, I'm very glad that they added the ability to place blueprints in revealed fog. Like, the not black, but normal. Normal, not reconnaissance, active sight zones, so that we can just place down whatever we want in outside of sight, but you can't place it here. You can place it anywhere in the revealed part of the map. So glad they added that. So very glad. I need to automate the production of pumps. These pumps. Because we need a few. We need just a few for this entire process. Because guess what? We're going to need a lot of storage tanks to hold cracked material and to like do our cracking priorities and all of that good stuffs. Of course, this is going to be like our primary output, and then we'll have to set it so that there's going to be an initial set of tanks that are going to go out to these first, and then from there out to cracking. Of course, the heavy oil is just going to go into lubricant, and lubricant's just going to go into the thing, and then the excess heavy oil, which is going to have its own set of tanks, will go out into the cracking arrays, and that will be that. I need even more. Okay. To the car we go. Which is currently running on wood for whatever reason. I have 8 whole units of coal. Here, take the coal. It's slightly better. Here, I want more coal. Oh. I'm auto-trashing coal. Completely. Yeah, I don't really like this new way in which the even distribution is handling these things. It's like I don't want that. Like I don't even want any wood at this point. Early on in some mods, I would want to hold on. Like if I was playing the Pi Suite, I'd want to set this to that. But without Pi Suite, just nah, get rid of all of that stuff here. Enjoy. Okay, we can also take the opportunity to grab the glorious stack inserters that I have now made. Our new default will be to use the stack inserters. That is our new default inserter to use. I know it uses more power, but that is the only thing that we shall use, as well as the long-handed inserters whenever we need to use those. Okay. I need to automate some stuff. I may also need to grab a bit more belt. Okay. Engines are required for the doohickeys. You, steel pipe engine unit. Engine unit steel. Iron. Oh, hey, iron. Ta-da! Maybe a bit more than that. There we go. And that, as they say, is that. Now, to remove throughput limitations in all of the other important places I need to remove the throughput limitations. Things like the production of the inserters to begin with, if I really need to do things like you. Why do I have that like that? Oh, right, because it's... I think it's red circuits on the blue splitters. That'll be better overall. Ha ha ha. Better. There you go. There we go. Significantly better. I'm also going to need gears for these. For the blues, right? Pretty sure. Blues need purple science, yes? Yes. Yes, lots of gears. And lube, of course. Of course. And red circuits, that's what I thought. Glorious red circuits that can be brought over like so. And as for the lube, that'll be there. Looks like I need to grab more of these. Grab more of these. Ta-da. More! More gears. More gears. All the gears. I actually needed to do that upgrade. Pretty sure. Okay. What next? I need stuff and things. Need pumps. Hello, pumps. Thank you for the pumps. I need everything. Okay? I need all of the everything. Give me my oil processing stuff at this point. I have enough rail. I'll need to add in more here as well. Oh yes, I need yeah, sure. Why not? I'll need tanks. Give me all of the tanks. All of the glorious, beautiful tanks. What else? More pipe. Loads. Loads of pipe. We're dealing with the oil-related stuff right now, so... We're about to be dealing with all of the oil-related stuff, so I need to get loads of pipe. Have nowhere near enough. All. As much as possible. I'll keep a slot open. So, how are folks on this wonderful of Sundays? I'm a little sore, as I mentioned earlier, after doing some cleanup work yesterday. Neck is still a little bit of pain, for the neck, but a lot better than what it was. Definitely. Neck related issues take a freaking heck of a long time to heal fully. So we shall see and overcome, hopefully. Now the question is, how the heck are we actually going to get full throughput into all of this? The answer is probably not. Frankly. Probably not, because, well, just looking at all the alignment here, we've got enough room for 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 whole inputs! Woo! 4 whole, mostly full throughput inputs. On a line of 8. Eh? We'll manage. Maybe I should have put even more space between these guys. Extend the thing all the way down here. Nah, that's getting a little bit kooky. When I need the space, I'll make the space. How about that? Does that sound okay? That'll be okay. And I of course will need to expand you. You don't need that much of space to work with. Just for the sake of things, though, I will put 1 more space. Just like so. That will be that. I hope I have enough rail. Probably not. Probably not. But hey. You know what? We'll be okay. I don't actually think I need those. But best practices and all that. Gotta make sure that we put in and follow the rules at all times, right? Okay. We had enough. What is the most important thing here is that we get you. We don't need anything else here. This isn't more than 8 long on that segment. Just like I don't think any of this is more than 8 long on that segment. Are we really going to want to have another train trying to come in until after a train has completely cleared this signal? No. Meaning we don't really need to have these chains anywhere. There's never going to be a situation where a train comes in and sits here, or sits here, or sits here, because they sit at the furthest back signal that they can in the chain. Just trying to explain why in this case those are a little superfluous, but of course the best practice would be to keep them there, just so that for the cases where you do actually need those signals, that you aren't going to regret your decisions later. I need to clear some trees. Thank you, robots, for being so kind and destroying all of these wonderful trees that are in the way of progress. We need to get rid of all of them. The entire forest must die on this day. I hope I have enough trash slots for them, otherwise we're going to just have to start putting down a chest, put some wood in the chest, and then Shift C my way to victory. There we go. Much better. Hey bots, take care of these, thanks. How's the power, by the way? 83%? I think we're okay for the moment. I will definitely want to upgrade to the big batteries as well as modular armor, but that is going to require setting up processing units. Processing units. Yes, we need those, and we need LDS for the Mark II batteries, which are a 1x2, which is the same as the smaller battery. It's just this holds more. 5 times more, apparently. So there you go. For the same amount of dimensions in the grid. Of course, the grid gets bigger with power armor versus modular armor. The grid goes from 5x5 to 7x7, which is fairly sizable. We could fit in another personal RoboPort. There will be a RoboPort Mark II that I can get right here. This tech with utility science. That will increase the robot limit to 25 from 10 each. Of course, it does use a lot more power overall, and maintaining more robots at a time will use a lot more power overall, but by utility and production science, we'll be able to make the personal fusion reactor, which that outputs 750 kilowatts always. Always 750, meaning if you have enough to power your stuff, you don't need batteries anymore. So you don't need to use the space for batteries if you have the space for the portable fusion reactor. Of course, this is a 4x4 entity, and these guys, they sort of are able to consume entire megawatts at a time. So yeah, batteries help with the spikes, covering the spikes with the usage of your bots. That's the key there. That is the key thing to make note of. Also, what the heck is my rail system gonna even look like here? Because we're gonna need to have a, Wait, what? Oh. I thought I had each of these. I should change this to be... to use the proper icons. Hey, you are going to be using the rail and station icons. Yeah. Just like you... Yeah, you can be rail, and then rail station, so I can see the difference on the hotbar. There we go. Rail. Yes, straight segment. I need one there, there. Oh. It doesn't show you that it's there, but it is there. That blueprint, I'm pretty sure if I walk down, yeah, it shows up. It is there. But was I actually aligned properly? I don't think so. Yeah. Thought so. There we go. That would go there, and such. Hello, Ave! Welcome to the party. I have a train station now. I have a train station set up. It's definitely a thing. It is definitely a thing on here. We've got yeah, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It's been like a couple weeks, if that we've had this. It's been a matter of weeks. Let me see the thingy here. It was this month. I'm pretty sure. that we got this blueprinting over the fog of war stuff. So yeah, we've got this. I talked about how because I'm using now stack inserters that actually these bulk rail loaders might not be the best of ideas when using inserters. Because, yeah. Without the bulk rail loaders, you can have 6 inserters, right? On each side, so you could have 12. You could have 12 inserters on each thingy. So, the thing about that is, if you have a setup like this on each side of the thing, well, that's actually a larger storage amount. That's more stacks of storage. 48 times 12 is greater than 320. More stacks of storage, and you'd get 12 stack inserters of throughput into the thing. But if you have loaders, like the actual loader entity that we have chosen not to use in this playthrough, the bulk rail loaders, well, you can throw in the, like, 4+ loaders worth of throughput, which is significantly bigger, significantly more than one of these setups, right? If you're using loaders, that's significantly more than one of these. But the problem with one of these is that the reverse scenario, when unloading at a requester station with Train Supply Manager, would necessitate having to place wire on all of them down the entire line. Oh, I know that this is not going to be the throughput that I want on here, and I left the space. I put this space here for a reason. I put this space here for a good reason. But yes, I do know. So I'm gonna keep using these, even though they're not the best solution when you don't have loaders, like actual loader entities. Just because I don't want to use that much wire going across on all the requesters as well. Yes, and fewer entities overall. Fewer entities doing this overall. So less overall processing needed on each thing. Really? Oh, I was like, did I just see yellow? No. No, I did not. So yeah, fewer entities. The thing, though, is I might have wanted to consider adding a bigger storage tank. I may have wanted to get a bigger storage tank. Particularly, I am sure that there is a mod that adds in a storage tank that is as wide as a cargo wagon with 3 ports, right? With 3 ports set up like that-ish. I mean, it'll look off kilter just because of the way that the thing is designed here, but just with enough ports to be able to stick 3 on every wagon. Though I don't know if that would even work with positionings and stuff. Regardless, this is what we're going with right now. As many entities as this is. And, yeah, I can actually stick my trains down at this point. So this top one is going to be rocket fuel. Station. Supply. Rocket fuel. The first. This one's going to be supply lube the first. Supply... I don't need to supply light oil. I'm just thinking about that. Hold up. Light oil. Like, I'm making the rocket fuel here. I don't need the light oil. This does not need to exist. At all. For this purpose. So congratulations, I now have a slightly smaller build. Slightly smaller build, because I don't need to ever supply light oil. It's all going into either rocket fuel or cracked to petroleum gas. And yes, I understand in some parts of the world, gasoline is referred to as petrol, but that's not accurate in the slightest, and I don't know why people call it that. Gasoline is not pure petroleum. Like, excuse me. Nah. Nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. You need to be very specific because there's gasoline, and then there's diesel. Both of which are fuels. Derived from oil and such. But you need to be very careful with the terminology. Whoops. I don't know why we even call it gas when it's a fluid. Because in the United States, we just call it gas, for short for gasoline. Fill the tank with gas. But it's fluid. But it's a fluid. It's gasoline. The little things in life. Okay, this means that I don't need... Well, ha! That's a good question. How many of each of these am I going to want? Ooh, boy. This is so much throughput. Yeah, because we like to shorten our words, because we like simplicity. We like simplicity. The United States English is a product of attempts to simplify the English language. And even then, we still haven't simplified it enough. Like, not all the suggestions to simplify the language have actually been used. So, yeah, that's a thing. Because it's just... English is this amalgamation of several languages all rolled into one. For a second there, it looked like there were stump ghosts. There were ghosts of stumps there, right? Yeah, like here. These stumps are ghosts and they're fading away. Oh, I should pay very close attention to the amount of output on each of these to make sure that they are all greater than 100. So we have a few oil patches here. Just a few. Oh, that one is not greater than 100. That one isn't greater than 100. This is a little bit of oil. Just saying. Pointing out, hey, we've got oof, not greater than. Not greater than. So that's how many? 22. 2,200 crude oil per second off of this. Decreases over time, mind you. Definitely decreases over time. We can split these into 2 sets of 11. Particularly because it doesn't divide into 3 all that well. It can divide into 4 though. Not really, but 5.5. That's the problem with 11, is that 11 is a prime number. So we can only really divide in half. Evenly. Meaning we're going to be stuck with needing 1100 on our throughput. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who's going to be our 11? You. You'll be our 11. Really? Okay. 1 short. Sure. Am I going to be able to get 1100 throughput out of this? I don't think so. It's a lot of pipe to try to do that. I also need these 2 all the way down here, so that's freaking wonderful. Ta-da! Eh. If I do 1, 2, I can get rid of those. That's better. That's better. I'm sure there's more that I could do to reduce the overall entity count here, but that will be what I go with. The whole point is that we're going to have a pumping outwards towards our processing facilities at the very end here. So that leaves another 11 that need to be connected. Please. Oh. I'm like, please stretch up here. Game says, nah. Game says, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Save entities where I can. This lends itself to going out. Ta-da! Hello, and welcome to the stream. I am setting up oil at scale right now after having set up my initial train station and planned out and blueprinted what I'll need to set up my rail system in the grand scheme of things. So there's all of that taken care of, and I'll need to expand the doohickeys, put in all the... Oof, right, I should put in all of the big power poles and such, shouldn't I? Great. Great. I should add that to my straight segment blueprint. Do I have enough rail on me to place down a straight segment? Looks like I do. And then I need to attempt to get this oriented in such a way that we are, in fact, going to be symmetrical. Oh boy. Don't you love the symmetry problem? Oh, the symmetry problem. Now there's going to be a specific button that lets you add to Blueprint that I'm going to use. Now, let's have a look at this. So if I place this here, that's how many from the edge? That is 6 from the edge. I can do this on this side as well. Build it there. That is guaranteed to be in alignment. In the dead center. Because bear in mind that we are, in fact, a 2x2 entity. We have 3 up, 3 down. There's 8 total spaces in between, which just so happens to be 4 rails spacing. Now, what happens in between here also needs to be symmetric. So if we do max length on that side, we would have to do max length on this side. And that is that. That's just going to be how that is, because the wires are... The length is not ideal, shall we... Oh, ooh, good point. My brain just thought of, oh crap, I should probably have try to get this width to equal this, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Nah. That's just not gonna happen. Not ever with this type of a layout, unless I overdo it. Shall we overdo it? Because we could overdo it. 4 is like the minimum, but if we want a degree of symmetry with equal spacing between the stuff, we'd have to add more. That's the problem that I would like to try to avoid. I'm going to keep it as this for now. Go into that blueprint book, grab this, hit an add. Yeah, it's going to add that thingy, but that's fine. I'm going to nix it, hit save, and that is now all well and good. So yeah, when you place the next thing, there's going to be a shorter distance. That's the only niggling issue to have. I could have planned it to do the max distance between the segments, but oh well. Oh well. It'll be okay. I'll have to update my blueprint book now on Discord with the thingies. I should do that with all of the thingies. Like the 90-degree turn as well. Add in a Ooh, it needs to be very exact, doesn't it? Great point. It needs to be exact. That's gonna be odd. Perhaps I should have started with the intersections on the placements of these because, yeah. I'm just thinking I sort of need to be able to upgrade. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. This placement isn't gonna work, I don't think, because it needs to be set up so that you can overlay the full intersection on top of it, and it will still keep those spots. Right? So that's going to need further work, but we'll leave that until after setting all this up. Do I hear my kittens? Do I hear my kittens behind me? How are my kittens? Okay, we have oil. We have the crude. The crudest. The crudest of oil. Apparently alt mode wasn't on. There we go. Oh yeah, that's pretty quick. That fills up pretty quick when it's got buffers to get through. So, how many oil refineries will I need to process 2,200 total oil? The answer is a lot. A lot. And, how am I gonna orient this and scale this? Well, I probably won't need any additional loading stations for this build, so I shouldn't have to worry about building over here. Let's get our first thing sorted. Okay. This processes 20 crude oil per second per building. This is going to max at 1,100. We're going to need 55 on this row, and then another 55 on the other row. I'm carrying 30. I've got 30 on me. Oh, and then how much water is that? Half the amount, so that's fine. Water is the easy part. Okay. This is why I have robots. Just to be... Oh. What? This is why I have robots. I would actually prefer if you were there. And I will need power. Just that is fine. I would prefer getting that. Okay, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 15. 20. 25. Oh, come on. That thing's in the way. The thingy's in the way. There we go. Why, hello, tech. That's the end of my currently available tech that I can take. That's 30, right? Or no, 25. Oh, gosh. 30. 35. 40. 40. Uh-oh. Well, that's a bummer. Meow. Dolly? Where's my dolly? Ah. Bubba, where's Dolly? Where's Dolly? I hear her meowing. She's making noises. So this is 45. There's my Dolly on the other side of my desk. Hey, Dolly, come here. Wee wee. There's my Dolly. Yeah, there's my Dolly. Oh, she's trying to kick away. Hi. Yeah, it's a pretty girl. There's my pretty girl. Yes, the pretty baby. That's my baby. It's just a pretty girl. The pretty girl, yes. Yeah, she's that pretty. She's so pretty. Pretty with her long hair. You gonna go? Yes. So the solution here is that I actually have to do 2 rows of, stuff. Yeah? What? What? You gonna go in the back of the chair? What do you want? What do you want? Dolly, you're looking at me. Merle? Gonna come back? You're gonna come back? My girl? Wants to come back? Huh? How's Dolly? Dolly with a great big bushy tail. Huh? Wanna go in the back of the chair? Wanna go in the back of the chair? You love to climb it. You love to climb. You're just gonna sit here? Purr? Purr while I pet you? Yes. You want some attention? I know. I know you want some attention. So I'm going to 56 this, in actuality. 2 lines of 28, so 28 is exactly as many as I've built. Great. And that's gonna be mirrored. On the opposite side. Oh, right. Rotetto. Excuse me? Oh. Meh. That's not right. Oh. Dolly? Dolly? Oh, so she just climbed up here and jumped up there. Hello, my dolly. The baby. That's a baby. I think she likes that spot. That spot used to hold a whole bunch of amiibo. There's nothing there anymore, right? There's nothing there anymore for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I've had to clear off that spot. Because she goes up there. She goes up there. This set is off kilter. Which means this should have been, but it's not. Mew? What? Dolly? Meow? Meow? What's the matter? What's the matter, sweet? Sweet Dolly. Little miss. How's the baby? Little Miss Dolly. So that should be 56. Yes, 56, of which I need to go get more. And then, of course... And there we go. And, of course, the entire thing needs to then get doubled. Because of course it does. Steel chest in the way. Dolly. Dolly. Compressed airtime. I need more. I need more air. This can is technically empty. It just, I don't know how it keeps spraying. It's like there's perpetually slightly more air. It's like it gets air over time. I don't really understand it, but hey. That seems to be a thing that's going on here. Let's arrange it like that and place it there. So, there goes all of my pipe and all of my refineries. I'll need to go and get more. Just a few refineries. It's just a few. We'll do more processing over on this side. I think that everything's gonna go into some tanks that'll be out here, and then we'll do our refining, cracking, all of that up here. That'll be what we do. We'll convert the heavy oil into lubricant, cracking the excess. Oh, Dolly just wants to play. Dolly? Don't mess with that blind. Dolly. What are you doing? Meowing, chirping at me. That's what she's doing, she's chirping. She loves to chirp. She's a chirper. Oh yes, I'm out of pipe to ground now. They're gonna use up all my pipe. Thanks. How much pipe is this? A lot. 1,000 pipe to grounds in total. And close to that much of regular pipe segments. Yes, it's a little bit. And then, of course, I will also need this. Dolly! She keeps batting at the blind. There's a Venetian blind on a door. A superfluous Venetian blind, I'll add. We should probably just take that down. It's not necessary, considering that door leads into a room. It's a door that leads to a room. Like, Meow. Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow. She is so playful. Dolly lives to play, of course. Ollie lives to eat. If you wanna get Ollie's attention, just food. Food or something that looks like food. And he'll be there. Looks like I need more power poles as well. Where did I park? There. Time for a restock. Dolly. Get out. Off she goes. Off she runs. Taught them very early to fear the sound of the pressurized air. And they still fear it. Oh gosh, they fear really loud noises as well. Every single time I pull out the vacuum cleaner, like I did yesterday. I don't even have to start the vacuum cleaner now. They run as soon as they hear it being moved. Pulled from its position where it usually lives. And they're off. They're off and hidden away, as far away as possible. Because they just hate the noise. So fearful. Okay, good. Get rid of all that. Go over this way. Do more stuffs. And things. And glorious other things. Get all my pipe. All of it. It's likely not even enough, but hey. We'll come back, because I know it's not enough. And I have to go back over and down to get more refineries. Oil refineries. Go, go, go. We must have more. We must increase the scale. That should leave me with 9-ish. Really? Why do I have sulfur on me? I am apparently sulfuric. Alright, back to the car. Where did I park? There. Let's go. Let's go do things. So you are limited by the red circuits because I'm setting red circuits. Various locations. Ah, you're getting all of them right now. Okay, fine. Rate of science is blues right now. Ability to produce blues. Where did I park? There. Alright, I'm walking off without the car. There we go. Vehicle! Off we go! What a wonderful journey. We have arrived. I didn't grab any power poles. Oops. Whoopsies. No poles. We'll get poles on the next trip because I need even more pipe. If you thought this was it for the pipe, oh no. Oh no 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 no. Oh no no no. You'd be quite mistaken if you thought this was it for the pipe. I do want somewhere in here to actually combine the top and bottom. Doesn't really matter where, just as long as it happens. Particularly because with 55 for the 1100 crude, we're going to end up with a fair amount of stuff overall. We actually end up with a full throughput pipe of petroleum. That's going to be interesting to handle. Because we've done 2 of these. So times 2 all of those values up there, and we've got 1210. Have I ever played Factory Town? No, I have not played Factory Town. I don't own it. In fact, I've seen some of it early on. I think I watched a couple people mucking about with it, but I haven't seen much beyond the very early. Beyond the very early. And I really, at this point, it's been a while since I've really looked at it, so it is effectively blind for me. I don't really know much about it. It's one of those things that's on my list to eventually try out and get around to doing, but we have other things right now. It may get tacked onto the list at some point for next series of series. Not anything that's ever going to replace Factorio for me. Maybe when I get through Autonauts, we'll have some other similar style, of which that would be an example. I'm apparently in need of charging. Wonderful. Thanks. What? 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 Alarm? Ah! I made a mistake. Right. I made an error. We'll fix that later. We shall fix that later. There we go. Now we can do the thing. Did I? Oh, goodness. Buddies. Buddies? You need to charge. Oh, it's nighttime, isn't it? Yep, 1:10 in the morning. Okay, we're gonna do... Really? Come on. Just place the stuffs. It is the halfway point of the stream, which means that it is time to take a brief break. I'd like to thank you all for stopping by thus far. We are going to be continuing this as we go along, just as soon as I place these buildings here. We have to now get a value of how many chemical plants I'm going to need to process all this stuff, as well as how much power I'm going to need to power all this stuff, because, you know, clearly 110 operating at a time at full speed, that's a bit of power. That's 434 kilowatts times 10. That's, you know, it's over 40. It's greater than 45 megawatts when operating at full bore. And while I do have that, everything else is also going to use power. So, yeah. Yeah, we have to plan around some of this stuff here, as my bots are now able to actually operate. But with that, I'm going to step away, take a very brief break, and be back shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. I can confirm that Ollie has gone and damaged a roll of paper towels a little bit. He was on top of the box that was holding them earlier, and I had a feeling that he was clawing at the rolls of paper towels, the unopened roll of paper towels. So, yeah, there's a little bit of damage there on one of them, and it's not the first time that this has happened. But now we know that it was Ollie. Who is that? Who is that? Who came up and clawed my green screen just now? Who was it? Who did it? Someone just came and clawed my green screen. Might have been Ollie. Anyway. So that's a thing. Who's running? I hear jingle bells of a collar. Let's get this finished. The whole point of doing this, by the way, first, is so that I can make the fuel for my trains and provide the fuel to my trains. That is the whole point. The entirety of the point. I do have enough oil refineries. Could you please place the oil refineries? That would be nice. That would be kind of you. I do not have enough piped ground, apparently. Would you... Ollie! Hello? Your tail flicking? What you doing? Grooming? You playful? You destroyed the paper towels. A top corner of a roll of cheap paper towels. Excuse me, but place things! Do your job, robots! I'm gonna need you to do your job. I would have been a lot more upset, by the way, if he had actually done that to a roll of, like, Bounty paper towels. Because that brand, in these current times, is a rare find in the store, at least in my area. They only have the Bounty paper towels, like, monthly in stock around here at the store that we go to. It's very, very rare when we actually go to the store to find the Bounty paper towels versus the store brand. There's almost always the store brand towels in stock at our Walmart, but not so much anything else. It's like, oh great, another one of those things that people are hoarding and stockpiling has been paper towels. For whatever reason. Hey buddy, it would help if you were to go fast. Could you go fast? Going fast is good. I need you go fast. 'Tis better. Now, this eats up 20 pipes a second by itself to actually operate this. Times 0.75, but whatever. You would need to surround the thing with 10 pipe assembling machines to actually get the full throughput on this guy. Just so we're clear on that, it's really, 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 really expensive to actually make piped around out of pipe. It takes a while, depending on how many you have surrounding the thing. But I went and I left without the thingies again. Hold up. I need my power poles. Where was I making my power poles again? I have forgotten. Right here. Just need a few of those. Grab some big uns as well while I'm at it. And then, oh boy. So, let's put this down on... Where's the button to switch the thingy? Product input. Product input. What? That's wrong. This is... I guess this is technically output input. The wording here. This is product input, as in right now, it will calculate the ingredients based off of what you set the output to be. You're telling it how much of the result do you want, which is not an ingredient input. That's the result, the product input. And then when I click the button, this is, I'm going to tell it how much input I have, in this case 2200 crude oil, to get the exact values of the outputs, the products that you get for the given amount of stuff that you're throwing at the system. You can see 110 refineries, the power requirements, all that. And then we can do stuff with the petroleum and the other doohickeys. We can ignore that we can make tons of plastic and sulfur and sulfuric acid for now. What I'm really concerned with is the oil or is the lubricant and the cracking in particular, as in I need to be sure to be able to crack everything when everything else is backed up. So in this case, I'm going to need, just 122 thingies. Some odd thingies. Over 100 chemical plants, which I happen to be carrying around not that many. Now I'm carrying around that many. And then I need the amount to actually do the lubricant and an amount to do the other stuffs. Solid fuel out of petroleum. Because that's what we're going to be doing here, is we're going to get solid fuel out of petroleum and light oil plus solid fuel into rocket fuel. That's what we're doing. That is our goal, if you were not aware. At this location for this factory, then the lubricant is going to be loaded onto trains, the petroleum is going to be loaded onto trains, or singular train, and the rocket fuel is going to be fueling all of the trains in the entire base. Which reminds me, for my fuel stops, we need to make sure that we name the fuel stops Fuel Stop 2. Fuel Stop 2. That is the naming convention that I need to remember. That I must remember. It needs to be Fuel Stop 2. Because we have 2 trains. Or 2 locomotives leading our trains. with Train Supply Manager. So they're going to automatically assign fuel stops when they get below a certain threshold value of fuel. And the name that's assigned is based off of the number of trains, the number of locomotives for the trains. And when it's 2, it names it Fuel Stop 2, capital F, capital S, and then the number 2. If it was just 1 locomotive, it would name it 1. Really, still not enough pipe to ground? You're joking. Well, regardless. Get all of the power stuff, thanks. So I can combine by doing this. That much is obvious, and then I have to go and do this, and that combines the petroleum. Oh, it looks like I'm actually making stuff now. Oh boy. Oof, that's slightly unfortunate. Let's move this inward by 1. There we go. And then as for this guy, I've no clue. It's gonna be 2 like so. Do that. Alright. Now for things to happen. Storage tanks. Loads and loads and loads of storage tanks. We're gonna have I guess a block like this. Or like this. Yeah, sure. We'll have blocks that look a little like this. This is going to be inputting the heavy oil from both systems. There we go. And this actually gives me extra outputs to work with. So this output primary is going to go to lubricant, and then this output, or one of these is going to go to lubricant, the other one's going to go to cracking. It doesn't really matter which one ultimately. So that's all 4. Go to that. When the thing is greater than, that's 100k, so 80,000 or so, greater than equal to, when there's more than 80,000 units of stuff in the thing, send it out, and then we're good. We'll do the same thing on the light oil, and the petroleum does not actually need any of those wires on it, so we'll just get rid of those. We've already combined the sides, so there's all of that. We need to get in the light oil. And the petroleum. There we go. That is that, as they say. Of course, the petroleum is going to have a lot of throughput. We're gonna have a bit of throughput of the petroleum in total because, yeah, 2145 after full cracking, up to 2145 after full cracking. That'll be 2 outputs, and we're going to need to have our cracked input, which will probably be here. Or the other side, I don't know at this point. And that, as they say, is going to be that for that purpose. Okay, there we go. We are, in fact, now finished with this initial little setup. This is just the cracking, or the initial advanced oil thingies, right? This is the initial setup on the advanced oil. Now we need to do stuff with the advanced oil. Well, how much petrol or lubricant can I get? I need 55 chemical plants. 55 to process all of the heavy oil. Oh boy. Well, that's nice. That'll be 2 sets of 25, won't it? Yeah. Right up here. This is where we'll do our stuff. How many is that? 15. Ta-da. Recipes! Glorious recipes! Don't you just love the simplicity of the lubricant? Lube is so simple. And yes, of course, it is not lost on me that lubricant can be productivity moduled, but so can all of this in reality, or a lot of this can be productivity moduled. At least I think it can. Yeah. It can be productivity moduled, as can the initial refining. But that's going to be a thing we think about much later on down. What? You can productivity cracking? Well, that's broken. That's busted. Wait, what? You can productivity cracking and end up with more petroleum out than crude oil in. Huh. That's a lot of entities to do that, but yeah, sure. Sure. And we will beacon, of course, the heck out of things. The heck out of the everything. We shall be baconing. Just the distance here requires a little bit further connection, like so. Of course, I'm going to have the little four-way setup here. We're going to pump into this mess. Input. And then who's lube? That one. That one is lube. Oh joy, oh bliss. Now, note that we are not making, like, several pipes of lubricant. We might not even really need to. You have to think, well, what is the scale with which we are working with here? We are working at a relatively large scale, but there are limits. Such that I definitely, like, this is really overkill to use this size of train for these oil products. It's a bit overkill. But while I could make shorter trains, it is inconsistent to do so, and it's not as great of an idea. Not as a great idea to do so. I cannot make longer trains as a hard limit because I've based all of my signal spacing around the concept of the trains being that specific length of 10. I have no more research to take at this point in time. So we cannot go longer. We could go shorter, but nah. Why bother? Why even? I cannot justify. Wow, that actually is one tile larger than the length of the doohickey. Do I hear my dolly? I hear my dolly. She meowed. This feels an awful lot like the, mining array. Okay. There's that. Should hook up all that as well. Of course, I need more pipe to ground for all of these doohickeys. Oh yeah, I need a... I sort of need to have an input on the light oil from the cracking that we will set up next. So this will be the heavy oil cracking to light oil. This array needs to be how much? 28 with spacing between. So this is this cracking. It is tempting to do this arrangement to have 2 lines of 14. Especially when that's the spacing. Ooh, I need to grab more water wells as... I need to grab more water wells as well. Let's put you there. I want to grab the... I only want the pipe! Here. And if I flip it, it's... this. There we go. Ta-da! Actually, you. One tile up. There you go. There we go. We did it. We just need to, do one of these deals. That helps conserve on, overall pipe to ground. Although, I will... Oof. Oof. That's what that's an oof. Oh, that's an oof. Okay. It's gonna get a pump in anyway. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. We are pumping in regardless. Oof. Oof. Oof oof. Well then. Da. Sure. Sure. Fine. It keeps things semi-organized. Da 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 da. I can't do an output up on the top there anymore. I could do an output there and there, so we're still fine. Okay. Power. Yes, power is good. I like power. Every other doohickey. There we go. Ta-da! We are cracking. We are cracking. Down to light oil. Oh, boy. Now the really interesting part. So, we've now got 1,403 light oil. We'll need 94 chem plants to process that to petroleum. That's one thing. But also, that's a thing. And, this is also a thing. So, Matrix. What do you have to say for yourself? That actually works? Evenly? Wait, what? 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 That works out mathematically perfectly? Without excess anything? If you crack all of the heavy oil to light, you use all of the petroleum, Yeah, well, and if you crack the excess light to petroleum, the amount of solid fuel the petroleum would make equals the amount of the excess light oil required to make rocket fuel out of it. Huh. This entity count makes 10.4 rocket fuel per second. 10.4. How much did I need again? For science? It's only in here, right, that I need the rocket fuel, so if we were planning this, $52.5. What happens when we start introducing the better buildings? Ah, that's what. And it's still perfect. It's still perfect, even with productivity across the board. That ratio is still fine. As long as you have that same productivity in all the steps, you're good. Huh. So what is this telling me? This is telling me that A, I will need to tap into a lot more crude oil as we go along, and B, that this is actually quite viable as a means of making, or this is like the way to do rocket fuel in the grand scheme. But this particular setup that we're doing here is more designed for uh, providing excess petroleum gas into the system. So we're not going to build out, well, A, we're not going to build out with any productivity. That'll be a thing that comes later with modules and beacons and such. And B, we're not going to be making a full 10.4 out. In fact, we would make probably way less than half that, like 2, right? Like 2. Let's actually. There's no way to really tell it to show me lower numbers at this point outside of just removing the rocket fuel steps. So if I wanted to just switch back, if I wanted to, that would mean. And because it's on Matrix Solver, it would uh, just compute by element for me. It would mean an excess of 250.3, but reality it's going to be excess of petroleum gas that we need to take care of. But if I only have 2, that'll be 80 assembling machines. 80. Okay. Sure thing. 80, huh? Well, now I know. I will need to grab more assembling machines because we're going to need 80. Oh joy. Oh bless. You, rocket fuel. I'm gonna need you to be like this. and inputs. Like so, and power like so. I only need to connect the two the one time at the start. Hello! Welcome to the stream. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this build today. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are making rocket fuel right now for the sole purpose of having fuel for my trains. It's great. It's fantastic. Fantabulous even. And I have learned that the whole system, that the entire system of cracking heavy oil to light oil and light oil to petroleum gas just so happens to, if you make solid fuel out of petroleum gas, it happens to be a perfect system, mathematically perfect, to make rocket fuel without any excess of anything. It is a mathematically perfect system. This is... I would need to make a lot, mind you. At least that's what it seemed to be at the start, but for some reason saying 2 here, it's giving me some excess light oil for whatever reason, I don't know. Oh, it's red, so ignore. It's just the order. There we go. It is a mathematically perfect system of cracking all heavy to light, cracking excess light to petroleum, converting all petroleum into solid fuel, and then all solid fuel and the slight excess of light oil going into rocket fuel. It seemed, anyway, but now I'm looking at these numbers and I'm thinking, huh? 190 plus 79.5, or 190.8 and 79.5. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that looks about right. Yep. Mathematically perfect system. If you clear out everything, you can do normal, like the regular advanced oil refining. Not the coal liquefaction, but the advanced oil refining. And you can just take all of the outputs and make rocket fuel out of it without having to worry about needing any other demands elsewhere needing petroleum. Which, now that I know that, now I can see why folks do coal liquefaction. Now that I know that this is a perfect system to make rocket fuel, I can completely see people doing this for the rocket fuel and then doing the coal liquefaction to provide the resources for other things. To provide the lubricant and such for the other stuff in your base. And crack down to the petroleum gas for the plastic and for the sulfur off of coal liquefaction. Totally can now understand and see why that is a thing in megabases. So that way, your advanced oil processing setups can be used to exclusively make the rocket fuel in a quite elegant manner, I'll say, because you wouldn't need to have any circuit logic on the heavy oil at all. It just all gets cracked down. And then the light oil, yes, you will need some logic on the light oil because you need a little bit to make the rocket fuel at the end. And the rest gets cracked to petroleum, and then all the petroleum goes into solid fuel, and you can just have a train station that's loading up rocket fuel, and that's it. No other inputs, just if you're mining on site, your crude oil. Where did I park? Way up there. I need resources. I need logistics stuffs. All of the logistics stuffs. Let's go. Let's try not to break anything along the way. That wouldn't be nice. I need more chem plants. He says with like nearly 100 or over 100 on him right now. Okay, off we go. More things. We need more. I need more. Do I need any more of this? Yes, I need more. And I will need all of my pipe. All of my glorious pipe. Being produced right up here. Hello, pipe. I will take a lot of you. AKA all of you. And we can now head back. As long as I don't slow down over the little ghost pipes down there, I won't have bots going out to place it. Come on. Come on, robots. Hurry it up. Would like to get into purple and yellow science relatively quickly. Relatively quickly. So that I can get some robot speed upgrades. That will dramatically help. Dramatically help. A lot of the scale issues in this game are alleviated with getting upgrades to robots. Okay, you're flowing. I now need this guy and this guy to flow for me. Go. Just flow for me. Just flow today. There we go. It's alive! It's alive! Huzzah. We did it. It's a lot of power. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot of power. It's a tons and tons of power. Alright, could you please place all of these pipes for me? That would be great. All of these pipes would be great. Because we need even more things with pipes in the grand scheme. Oh boy. Yes, do these pipes too. Come on. Hurry it up. Ooh, I have lube. Good. Lube. Must have lube. Yeah, so when I scale up, I'll probably tap into additional oil in another location further away and make a dedicated rocket fuel factory that'll be rocket fuel for my space science in particular, because this is going to be rocket fuel for my trains. This is fuel for trains. Oh, I needed to grab more water wells, right. Oops. I forgot to grab water well for my trains. Water wells. Plural. Ooh, you don't have the... What? There you go. Do things for me. That would be great. Up here, this is going to be the... It'll be easier if I do it this way. There you go. That'll be the light oil cracking. It will need to be at bigger scale. Let's go back to here and get rid of you. Uh, 94 total. This is 28, as I said. It's 94 total. That's 80. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 90. 2, 4. Big sandy rock is in the way. That would be oh. What? How'd I miscount? I somehow miscounted by 6. 98. Just casual 94. Just a casual 94. Yeah. 94. How nice. I'll need more pipe. It would appear as if I need more pipe to ground. This is another 422 pipe to ground. Just a bit. This isn't even the final form of the scaling because of all of the beacons that we'll be needing. It's like all of this will change once beacons become a thing. Because, while yes, I can fit a line of beacons here, I need to do a little bit of research, actually. Like, what is the proper way to beacon a setup? Like, actual, real beacon placement. Efficient beacon placements. I'll make it clear. Also, every single one of these recipes needs to be the light oil to petroleum. Can't reach, can't reach, can't reach. Please reach, please reach, please reach. Just reach for me. Just reach this day. Come on. Place the things. Change the recipes. Thank you for charging all of my bots. Come on. Come on, come on. There we go. That should all be the recipe assigned. Looks like it. Oh boy. Yeah. So. Go do whatever mission you were doing. With that pipe segment. Surprising I actually had enough regular pipe segments for the shenanigans. Beautiful, glorious shenanigans. Do you like shenanigans? I like shenanigans. Shenanigans are great. Okay, this guy is what we're trying to get sent to. So that's this connection. This is going to be the light oil. The primary light oil out. Or in, I should say. That'll be done over here. You are connected. Now you are connected. And that is the primary light oil. The other light oil I think I have to shift this because that's in line with something else. There's the excess that'll be cracked. And then, of course, I'll need the petroleum to go up into the array of solid fuel as well as onto trains. Onto my trains. We need one out on each of these. Don't see why you can't be the one that's going into the trains. There you go. You go trains, and you go all the way up to here. This will be the petroleum gas into solid fuel. Yeah. So that's all of the petroleum gas into solid fuel. This is why we now need to go back into the no, that's not that. Oh, that's the one. Yes, that is the one. What did I just do? Want to buy undo button? So I need, or I want 2 of these. That would mean 40 chem plants making solid fuel out of petroleum gas. 40! 40, 40, 40. That's all I care about now. 40! Doing this. Right here. Just like this. Thank you, autosave, for autosaving. And that shall be that. Just finish placing all of these chem plants, and we will be good. And the output inserters, of course. And getting the belt to in here. All of that being said, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah, and power. Power is good. I like power. Power is a pretty good thing to have occasionally. It would help if all of the power was connected. Yeah, that would be great. There we go. That will be that, and then you should not have done that. Well, so this was a thing. But it needs to be reversed. Oh boy. I really don't would not like to do the 8 balancer. I really don't want to do the 8 balancer. So I'm not going to do the 8 balancer. It's too big, frankly. And of course, this being the one that actually makes the fuel for the locomotives. We may want to be able to fuel said locomotives here. So there's that. I may want to do this over here as well for these two, but eh. We're also, of course, going to limit down to, you know, 1 on each of these wagons, and then, of course, you are also going to be limited by a fair amount. There we go. And then we can bring these over. Like so. Wow. That's something. So, we may have just doubled the size of the base by doing that. I think we've expanded. We have expanded the base a bit. We just added today all of this infrastructure compared to our existing infrastructure, which was this stuff here. Definite difference in scale. I need more pipe. I need a lot of pipe. Pipe being the only major thing besides the deep water wells that I'm missing now. So I'm going to go and grab water wells wherever I am making those here. And then fill up on all of the pipe that I have at the moment. Apparently, I have all of it, but I need more of it. Gosh, I need so much more of it. Always. Give me, some of that, too. And a bit more of that. And a bit more of that. Yeah, that should work. Should really fill my car with stuff, too. Also, these being 2 8 trains, just so we're clear on this, while they could hold more than my usual setup of 1 2 trains, they are going to be slower than 1 2 trains. Let's keep that in mind. 1 2 trains are very, very fast. Very, very fast. 2 8 trains, pretty fast, still slower than the 1 2, but you need fewer of them overall. Having long trains reduces the total number of trains that you need to attain the throughput that you need across your base of stuff. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Place all of this pipe for me. Get everything on. Turn on the lights before they turn off when I fail to provide enough power. Yes, connect this. There we go. Light oil is cracking. Petroleum is petroleuming. Interesting. There's our solid fuel. Going at it. We're starting to get fueled up on our fluid wagons down here. Oh boy. There, go do that, thanks. Huzzah. We are out of power, of course we are. Out of fuel for the bots. So once they need to charge, they're gonna die on me. So very sad. Alright, that's all those pipes. How about all these? We need a few more. Quite a few more. Please place those to continue this line. There we go. Crack the everything! Oh god, that's so much pipe. Oh god, that's so much pipe. Hey, we're making rocket fuel now. We have successfully made rocket fuel today. Just a bit. We're skipping ahead a little bit, by the way, by doing this. This is just so that I can fuel my trains with rocket fuel to make them go a bit faster. Because they need that speed boost. They do well with that extra speed boost because they're going to be relatively slow, being really long, as they are. But, yeah. Oh boy. This is definitely a thing that's going to demand a bit more power. Uh-huh. Right. So, I need to turn this off immediately. And I need to double my amount of power that I'm producing. Because we're about to die a horrible death. Break this, and it turns off all of that. Okay. Now we know That uses an obscene amount of power. Okay? Over 100 megawatts requested there. Oh boy. The power should recover now. Yeah, so I have done this, and I'm... Yeah. We need to make a fueling station as one of the next things, and then we have to go down the line and start doing much simpler setups. Oh boy. So... I will need... Oh. I never did this? Well, that would help. Like, step 1, that would help. I can't do more than 60 megawatts at a time without upgrading this. Uh, 30 is... with 20% productivity. I think it's 20 anyway. What is... Yeah, 20% productivity. So, 15 times 1.2, 18 times 4, 72. Wow, it's as if they made that perfect. To fuel this. Because this makes 72 megawatts, right? This makes 72 megawatts. 30 mining drills at 20% productivity theoretically would give you 72 megawatts of coal. But no, it does not, because of issues I have stated before with throughput, with productivity on belt. Whenever productivity happens on cycle, like that one right there and then, whenever productivity happens on cycle, which is basically any time productivity happens, when it is divisible by 100%, right? Every productivity cycle here is going to have 2 items, right? That it's trying to output. It cannot instantaneously output 2 items onto a belt unless the belt happens to operate at the tick rate of the game. That would be like the fastest way it'd be able to get the stuff out, is if it's at the tick rate. But when it holds on to an item, it doesn't start a new cycle immediately. So there is a brief period of time where the machine does not operate. It's extremely small, but it impacts the total throughput of the system a fair bit. Okay, I'm going to start tapping into other coal sources for my power at this point. It does not matter where they are, as long as it's connected by wire to the overall grid. I never set up boilers, did I? I never set up production of boilers. I think I should do that. Oh, hey, bots. Thanks for all that. But, you know, I was sort of thinking of using my mining drills for coal. I don't know about you, but I was planning on using my mining drills for coal. Alright. Well then, that's the thing. Where did I park my car? Back we go. These are mined out. Thank you kindly for those back. Let's get back in the car. And then we can continue here. Ta-da! Down we go. So, how much are we gonna do here for our power? How much are we going to expand the power? A bit. It'll be expanded a bit. Just a bit. Just a small amount, really. Stone furnaces, boilers, pipes. Not those pipes, those pipes. You don't need that. Okay, there we go. Boilers! Ha! 8 pipes a second, huh? Hey, we need 4 of these. Hey, we need 4 of these. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Alright, well, while those accrue, I'm actually gonna place down a little storage bin and throw all those into it, because I don't really need any more of those right now. I will need more pipe to ground and some units of pipe. Let's get that Mark 1 stuff out of the way, and get those fluid wagons out of the way for now. Those burner drills, why I'm carrying those around, I don't even know. Okay, think I'm okay. Let's go and pick some stuff up. Oh no, why did I not fill you up completely? Like, that's so sad. Oh yeah, you need a lot of pipe as well. Faster! More! More doohickeys! More! So, essentially here I have enough for one 72 megawatt build. I'm thinking that I may want to have at least 2 more 72 megawatt builds, so this will take a little bit of time to accrue those buildings. In the meanwhile, I will at least plan out where I will do this build. And grab my stuff's boilers. Yes, at least 40 boilers, if not more. 50. Oh, we have 84. Good. Good! Now, if only I had 16 stacks of steam engines, that would be much more appreciated. I have 10 and almost 1 more. Because of this. I can make this go a little bit quicker by doing that. And I could do it twice more. By doing a little bit of that shenaniganry. Can also upgrade that then. And there's There's the steam engines, folks. Yeah, it's one short, but hey, you know what? It's faster, and I like fast. It's gonna use up all of my iron for a brief period of time. So that's 130, 42, 151. We need 160 for this build. Which, as soon as this hits 9, there we go. That is 160. Where did I park? Up there. We'll allow it to accrue that whole doohickey. And now we are off. I need mining drills. Great. I did not grab those. Let's grab those. There. We have enough. What are we tapping into? Which source of coal? Probably these. Just gonna throw out there that those are really good sources of coal right up there. Right next to each other. Ow. I have a few units of rail, could build some of this, but you know what? No. But no. I shall not. And I will need power. I'm just thinking about how I will eventually set up the power on these. But for now, manual is fine for me. Okay. That'll connect up to the grid. Ooh, you've got a little fuel in you. Good. Good, good, good. Rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is awesome! Okay. Copy. I'm gonna copy. Who? You. But I'm gonna run an upgrade planner on that. So that it's reds. Alright. Which way are we going? Down. Yeah, that works. Okay then. That is a red belt. I need more. Alright. I hope I have enough mining drills. No. No, I do not. We'll be okay, though. This would be guaranteed 2 red belts, but I think... 50, yeah. I can at least trim that. Alright. There we go. I definitely have enough drills. Place the drill. Place the drills! They're all placed. Wow, I actually did have enough for the extra set up top. Okay. Good to know. Enjoy the glorious power for now. I will need you to make me additional power. I need to upgrade those. A lot of those. I need a dedicated upgrade planner from you to you, from you to you. Yeah. Ta-da. Okay. All right. Now, note, we're not using a full 30 out of this on each of these lines. We are not doing that. But to keep it consistent, we are going to limit to the one red belt. Because remember, it's not precise. It's not precise. It's 72 megawatts. Wait, what? Oh. Stupid thing. Those to those. There we go. Much better. Much better. Place all the wonderful stuffs so I can produce glorious amounts of power. Absolutely glorious amounts of power. So that'll be 160 steam engines, 80 boilers, producing 144 megawatts of power between these two. 72 each. And capable of doing the full 72 each because we're providing that amount of coal. Which is 18 per second, by the way, on coal. Could I provide solid fuel? Yes. Could I provide rocket fuel? Yes. Will I? Nah. Nah. Oh, I need more, power poles, apparently. That's one thing I didn't think I would need as much of, but hey, here we are. In need of more power poles. At least I had the, stack inserters. Alright, that's all I can really do for now, until I get more power poles, apparently. And, of course, I will do this. Now we're using 36. We're making 60. Okay. I could do one more line off of what I'm mining. Let's keep that in mind. That would get me still less than 60 per second. But in the 50s, so there we go. But I don't like having to split 4 into 3. Right? Splitting 4 into 3 is not a great idea for me. I don't like it. Not that much. Okay, down here we've got the power poles somewhere. How I keep getting random yellow belt is little tricksy. Don't really know. I keep getting that. So the total power that the base is going to be capable of providing will be currently 3 times 72. Actually, 72 megawatts, not 4. What am I thinking? It's not 144. It's 100 and, or it's not 148. It's 144. Yes, 72. 72 each times 3 because we have one more of these. Yeah. All right, you and you and you and you. Ah, and you. Right. You all need to be placed. That's better. That's better. Let's go get all the things. All these wonderful power poles placed. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Huh? All right. That would help. Water would help. 216. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, let's get back in the car and power up our oil stuff again, and then we are done for the day today. Of this playthrough, anyway. Of Factorio. We'll be moving on to a different game at the turn of the next hour. We'll be starting up a Stardew Valley series. Oh boy. So that was the one I removed, and now everything can live again. It may all live and do stuff and things, and make me glorious rocket fuel. We initially had a huge spike when everything started running to over 100 megawatts, so just keeping an eye on this. We see it's greater than 60, which was the cap before all these upgrades. Now we're using more. Now we're using a lot more. All right. Good. Glad to see we are making our rocket fuel. We're making the solid fuel that's being converted into the rocket fuel. And with that, we are now done with this build for now. I have to set up the trains into the supply station and all that. We have to make a fueling station, but we're going to leave that for next time. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit that great big blue join button to become an Erudite Otaku member of the channel, as well as support on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you're so inclined and able. And I will be back with more of this playthrough on Tuesday. I return with Stardew Valley at the turn of the next hour. And, of course, tomorrow will be more Autonauts, followed by the beginning of a Subnautica playthrough. I hope to see you all on the next one.